Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Deja Vu, and we are now on to set 4 of CJ Entus versus KTF MagicNs. This is going to be a PvP on the map God's Garden. For CJ Entus, we are going to have Movie, who I have been informed his name actually means movie, and that's how he got that. And I'm always interested in finding out how players get their names, so yeah, that's one of those things of my little things. And yeah, he's been a pretty average so far, but both these players are young, and to be average is definitely good when you're starting out. Hovering around 50% means that you've at least got some potential against the best of the best. And Movie is 50% exactly. Versus Protoss, he's only 40%. It is his worst matchup, whereas his best is versus Zerg. And Violet there on the right is 43% overall. Versus Protoss, he is 50%, and that is tied for his best matchup along with versus Zerg, which is also at 50%. This map is God's Garden, so this should be pretty fun. It has the potential for fun. I do like God's Garden because it's a pretty macro style map, and you do have that a natural expansion and a back third as well. And we'll see what these players decide to do in terms of how they expand and things, or even if they expand, because it is a PvP. So theoretically, it can end before either player expands. We're gonna have Movie here in yellow at the top right for CJ Entus, and then we're going to have Violet in the bottom left in blue for KTF. And KTF is down 2-1 right now because 4GG and Luxury both lost, which probably they did not expect both those players to lose, but they did. So now they're dependent upon Violet in the bottom left to get a victory out and send this back to an ace match, where if it does, I'm sure it'll be Flash, because, well, they probably don't trust anybody else to play. And but yeah, we'll see what they decide to do. With God's Garden, your natural expansion is counterclockwise, and then your protected back there is counterclockwise from your main base, which is in a raised position, so you have ramps going down to both of those bases. And the natural just has a standard, pretty wide choke. Looks like both players are just going to throw up pylons in their base, probably just going to throw up gateways, assimilators, 8, 10, 12. The pretty standard there. And we'll see if anyone decides to like scout cross position or something, suspecting cheese maybe, and gets an earlier scout. But if they just go through their normal scouting patterns and go either clockwise or counterclockwise, they'll both scout each other pretty late there. And some kid forgot to get a banner in front of his face, so everyone's got a ooh and ah. Or maybe it was someone that was a little more important, I don't know. But that's what it looked like. And there is Movie with his gateway down, and he's scouting. He's going to go to the bottom right first, it seems. And Violet actually sending 2 probes out to scout. He's going to scout top left and bottom right at the same time. And unfortunately, since it's cross position, sending 2 probes in this case is no more efficient than sending out 1. So unless one of these is for some sort of proxy tech or something, he's just, unfortunately, he's being forced to, not forced to, but he's going to be wasting a probe here in terms of his scouting. And if he can see that other probe, he might be able to turn around and fake it. No, he didn't see it, so he's not going to be able to fake it. It is pretty entertaining when players try to fake out their opponents in terms of where they're scouting from. But no go there. And I assume both the players are going to be producing a Zealot just to be on the safe side, since nobody has a scout yet. And yeah, you really don't want to fall behind there. And the probe that went to the top left is actually stopping there. I wonder if it's going to be setting up for some sort of proxy or cheese or something. But it's just chilling right there, and I can't think that he forgot about it. That usually never happens. Pro gamers pretty much never forget. And he actually is going to do. And Movie's trying to get in here, and he's going to harass the probe that's defending, but Zelda's been produced, so that choke is fine. That ramp is not going to be scouted out. And the same for Movie. Neither player is going to allow a scout in on the base, which is going to be fun, because now both players have to be, do I go 2-gate obs? Do I go 2-gate obs? Or can I go Reaver first? Or do I go DTs and hope that they don't go 2-gate obs? Now you get to see the guesswork, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of amusing. If it happens too much, I would say it definitely sucks. But you know, every now and then it's nice to see when 2 Protoss players don't get the scout on each other and are going to do something crazy. And Movie is going to go for an expansion out of that back protected third. And oh my god, Violet throwing down 3 gateways in that proxy position there, top left of the middle area. 3 proxy gateways along with the gateway in his main. So that's going to be 4 gateways versus worth of Zealots. So as long as he stops this probe from getting out, he can produce just a second Zealot, make it look like he's just doing a normal defensive play, or even produce or do something like that. He's not even throwing up in the simulator, and I don't think Movie's gonna have any idea this is coming. He doesn't. Violet doesn't, or Violet doesn't even have an assimilator. I don't think Movie has any idea this is coming. He can't really. Anything down an expansion, he's going to be in so much trouble. He's going to be completely dependent upon holding that ramp. I really hope he produces some more Zealots and Dragoons to hold this off. He really needs to get some military out in the next 30 seconds, maybe a minute, by the time that those Zealots are produced and move out, because he's going to be in huge trouble. And Movie is just, and Violet is just hiding the fact that he has more Zealots in his main there, and the Nexus has been completed there for Movie, so the minerals aren't going to kick in quite yet, though. He really needs to get another gateway or two up, and he's going a Citadel of a Dune. He's going DT. This is going to be so slow. This is going to be way too slow, and if Movie has the micro, he might be able to survive and take this down, but 4-gate Zealots versus fast DTs is definitely not a good position to be in if you're Movie. And Movie's gonna try and get a scout, and he's gonna see the 2 Zealots there, and he's not gonna see anything. But he can get into the main and still not know anything. Violet is trying to push up right now. He's trying to get this first Zealot down, and the first Zealot does go down. There's still one more Zealot and a Dragoon on that ramp. He's trying to force his way through this Zealot. He has 2 Zealots on the ramp taking this Zealot down, and the Zealot for Movie goes down. So now Movie is going to be reduced to this Dragoon and probes, and that Dragoon is getting caught. That Dragoon is going to be caught, and it's going to get destroyed by the Zealots. The probe's trying to help it, but it just can't. He's throwing up, Movie also throwing up a shield battery. He's got probes on the ramp trying to hold it. If he can get that shield battery up, maybe, just maybe, he might be able to survive this. I don't think so, though. He's got another Dragoon produced, but he's got a Temple Archives going up soon, and if he can get a DT, that'll help, but I think there's just too many Zealots. Even if the DT comes out, I think it'll be too late, and that the Zealots will just stream in and destroy him and get all of his probes. Most of the probes that were pulled off are already dead, and Violet is going to take this down, I think. Movie is just so far, he's lost control of his ramp, and there's just Zealots coming in an endless stream. It's going to be like 8 Zealots in the base pretty soon. Even with that Templar Archives, I think it's going to be too late, because the DTs aren't going to come out in time before the Zealots just start killing everything, start killing all the probes and everything. And Movie still has a Zealot and a Dragoon, but they're both being harassed to death. The first Zealot, that Zealot does go down. There's a Dragoon still there, and now Violet's just going to take down this pylon, and then that gateway and those shield batteries are completely unpowered, which is going to be really bad for him. He's not going to be able to take advantage at all. And the pylon goes down. There are no active gateways, no active shield batteries for Movie. Movie is done. Okay, I'm sorry. He has 1 gateway left, and he's producing a second one, but he is done. He doesn't even realize. He's throwing down a forge, and another pylon there is back there. But there are so many Zealots out for Violet. Oh my god, that is a lot of Zealots. This is what 4-gate Zealots does. And that is just a ton of Zealots. And he's going to go for this other pylon. He's just going to go around and destroy pylons and stop anything from being useful. And that pylon does go down. And the other thing is that Movie's probably side blocked too, and he's not going to be able to even produce anything. Even if he had the minerals and he had the gateways, I don't think he'd be able to produce anything because he doesn't have the side for it. And the first Nexus, the main Nexus, is going down as we speak, and it's down. And yeah, Violet is gonna win this game. Movie is despondent there. Violet's gonna win the game and send us to an ace match where I'm hoping to see some Flash versus somebody. I don't care who, but well, I do care who, but CJX has a lot of choices. And now the Zealots are just force firing on the second gateway there, on the second Nexus. And now Violet's like, I don't need anything in my main. I'm just gonna pull all my probes off and send them to. Why not? Let the probes get some action. They're nice. They do things for me. They got me a lot of minerals. Why don't I help them out? And yeah, Movie has no. Why isn't Movie GGing? He doesn't have any Nexuses. Maybe he's hoping that 2 DTs will win the game for him, but I don't know how he thinks that 2 DTs will be able to stop all these Zealots before he dies himself. Maybe pulling these pros off wasn't the greatest idea, but it doesn't. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think all the buildings for Movie will go down in time. Movie did get 1 probe out, so if I can get a pylon in somewhere random, maybe he can do something, but I don't think so. And yeah, and this is so GG. He's got a DT out and some probes wandering around, but it's just not gonna matter. The Temple Archives is unpowered. It's almost dead. The yeah, everything's pretty much dead as the base for Movie. Movie's gonna have to throw up a pylon somewhere. Yeah, he throws up a pylon there. Actually, pretty close to that those proxy gateways. He has no idea where those are, by the way. He knows that it happened, but he doesn't know where. And finally, Movie GG's. Violet going for that 4-gate Zealots and just pounding at the door until Movie fell. And this is going to go to an ace match. So I will see you in the ace match, and we will see who's playing. And I am very excited to see this. Deja vu, I will see you in the ace.